Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Snack, and we have got some live tournament action coming at you right now on MLG Shakur's Plateau. We are kicking off the evening's Pro Let It Ride with Oneshot versus Thor, a high-powered matchup coming at you right now. Terran versus Zerg, and I do have Alt Denial on the phone with me. Going to be casting here for just a little while. How you doing, Denial?
Doing great. I'm looking forward to this matchup.
Me too. Let me tell you, I have really been missing my one-shot matches lately.
Yeah, unfortunately he hasn't been around, but it's the weekend. He doesn't have school, I believe, so it's time to watch him win, I hope.
He's a great player, but he is going up against Thor, and Thor has presented some trouble for him in the past. Thor has met with Oneshot before, and has fared pretty well. I do remember Oneshot did end up beating him, but they played all of their matchups, and one of those matchups like that, or I think it was a best of 5, maybe it was a best of 3. I think it was best of 3, but they ended up having to play all 3. So Thor might be able to give him some trouble here. But I mean, you're the Zerg player, so tell me what strategy are you looking to see here from Thor early game?
Actually, it's going to be dependent on Oneshot. I honestly expect to see Oneshot go 2-axe and try to push into his natural with a bunker. And it all depends on what Thor does, how he reacts to that, on what I'm going to see. So I'm really not sure. Either way, I expect it to be safe for him to go fast expand.
Right. And yeah, I agree. So yeah, especially on this map, because you do gain that high ground advantage, and there's not too very many naturals that have a high ground advantage, and so I mean it's very, very handy to utilize that, especially on this map with the far positions, because it is MLG. They cannot spawn in the close position, so always good to remember that. But opener for Oneshot, let's take a look. He's going to be putting a barracks down on the low ground. So I'm looking like probably, I don't know, what would you guess here? 2-racks pressure?
I still think it's going to be a 2-racks. I bet you anything he's going to put the other racks, if I can get it, right there. There you go.
Yep, so we are probably going to see some 2-racks pressure. Now, we did see one of these similar game to this earlier. You and I were actually watching together, and on the MLG today, and it was versus Idra, and Idra ended up raging out of that because that 2-racks pressure was too much to handle at the beginning.
Can it be considered raging if he GG's first?
No, you're right. My bad. Yeah, you got to protect those Zerg players from you. I'll just eat them up, chew them out, chew them up, spit them out.
This one's kind of a hard match for me because where we have a Zerg player on the map, I'm kind of biased towards Oneshot today.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm just not going to root for either. I'm just going to let it play out.
There you go. Take the middle road. Very diplomatic of you.
And here we go. This is exactly what I was saying was going to happen. He's going to go up. Already got the bunker started. He's got 2 Marines on the way.
Now that bunker placed a little bit further back. He's going to have to get another one up here in just a second. Closer! Oh, they're going to get the snipe on this SCV! Yes, they are. Nice snipe. And Oneshot turning around there for a second. Looks like he's going to continue this, though. He's just waiting for the Marine. You're right. Sorry. See, I'm reading your mind.
Nope.
Cutting you
he
off.
Actually might be pulling back.
Yep, he is. Going to pull back. Amazing.
Yeah, at this point, the hatchery's done. The creep's going to spread.
Yeah, that's true. But Thor going to be in pretty decent shape because of that. Units tab's going to show that he's going to be catching up economically here, 17 to 16. Of course, Oneshot does already have the the mule advantage, so income is probably going to be favoring Oneshot here for just a moment.
Keep in mind too that even though he salvaged he canceled his bunker, he lost a single SCV, but he forced Thor to pull a bunch of drones off the line, and look how many Zerglings he's made. He's got 10 Zerglings on the field now, and a spine crawler, all in response to what he thought was going to be a rush. So Oneshot definitely did his job.
Yeah, well, I agree, and that's what we've come to really expect out of Oneshot. He really makes good decisions. When they have to be done quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
He really is good at making those quick decisions. He did send a scout in there, sees what's going on, sees that there's a single spine crawler for defense, thinks that that's probably going to be too much. He did get a glimpse of the Zerglings, so he's backing out here. So yet again, I think probably good decision making here. I think that would have been a tough line to break, especially where reinforcements could come so quickly.
And this is the one thing you'll always see from Oneshot when he does a build like this. I know some Terran don't do it, a lot of them and more of them should, but he'll always expand right behind that 2 racks.
Right.
You'll always see him get a fast expand off of it.
Yep. Yep. Forces his opponent to get those Zerglings so early that he can't be going straight for Roach or anything like that, you know, so it's a good play to force your opponent to invest that way. And going straight for the orbital, looking pretty solid here. Now, Thor, though, the one thing I must say for Thor is he is droning exceptionally hard right now. Look at that drone count, 43 to 23, so he has got a severe economic advantage here for just a moment.
Seems we have a little issue.
What's going on? Somebody message you?
Yeah, Nova. Go ahead and keep casting. Ragnarok already posted that he won.
Oh, just go and change it, and it's not been 10 minutes. Just make those guys play again.
Yeah,
and
they didn't even play yet.
If Ragnarok doesn't want to play, he probably couldn't find his opponent or something. But
well, Nova said he told him he'd be right back. Just had to walk away for a minute.
Cool. Thanks for taking care of that. This attack looking pretty solid. All these drones having to get pulled here. Nice control there by Oneshot, doing some good kiting and backing himself into a corner. I love it. So that those units cannot get us around. And oh, is he going to be supply blocking his opponent here? Indeed he is. Just about complete. Well, he is supply blocked. I mean, he didn't put him into the red, but he did supply block him and continuing this attack. I love this aggression.
This is what we love about Oneshot.
Yeah, I mean, these Marines really putting the pressure on. And I like how he's not really focusing on taking out these Zerglings as much as he's trying to focus on killing drones. And doing
that is beautiful placement right there between the extractors.
Yeah, oh, so safe. I mean, I bet those Marines are feeling super happy about being controlled by Oneshot.
And you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see Oneshot expand behind this too.
Oh yeah, he may very well do that. If not, he's definitely going to have a roaring economy. He's now got a harvester advantage as well as the mule advantage. So that is beautiful position here. He's done a phenomenal amount of damage in this engagement. It was held off there by Thor, but oh man, I just don't know how that's going to fare.
Yeah, that was held off at a price. Thor spent a lot of minerals on those Zerglings trying to keep more coming out.
Yep.
Oneshot just kept killing them.
Yep. And yet
Here come the Zerglings.
I do want to point out to everybody out there that Denial called it again. Indeed, Oneshot is expanding behind that. You can see that he's got his command center going down up here on the high ground. Probably going to be either taking this forward position or maybe go north. I don't know. It looks like probably the forward position towards the center of the map there. I'll ping it for you right there in this position. But where do you think he's going to put this expansion? Do you think it's going to be right there?
I think you're right about that being right there. I think he's going to put that down and maybe lay down a couple bunkers for defense.
Yeah. Now, Thor here is behind, but I do like that he's expanding here, and I'll tell you why. I think he realizes he's behind, but he knows that if he's going to get himself back in this matchup, he's going to need to fix his economy. He lost so many drones there. Is he taking a risk? Sure he is, but that's a risk that at this point he really has to take. And so I like this aggressive move here with the expand.
Now you told me that Thor is a grandmaster, correct?
No, he's a I say just a master. He is a master level player. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt because I'm sure he already knows how to do this. But it seems, if nothing else, Oneshot's pressure has rattled him a bit because we've yet to see him lay down any creep tumor, something that is crucial against a Terran player, especially if Oneshot decides to go in with drops.
Yeah, not even connecting the bases here. And so you're exactly right. There's absolutely zero creep tumors on the map. I do like that he's trying to deny this command center here, but it is not going to happen. That is way too many Marines.
The one thing that I notice, and even I have a hard time doing it myself, but a Zerg player cannot start playing at the speed of their opponent.
Right.
And I think that's exactly what we're seeing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Granted, Zerg are a reactionary race, but you have to really control exactly what you're doing, know what you're doing.
Right. Yeah.
If
And that's the thing that I like about your play style lately, is that you've become more plan oriented. You've got this plan going into a game, and you fall back to your plan if slight adjustments need or fail or whatever, or something happens. You know exactly what to do, and that's fall back to the plan. Fall back to the plan. And
Well, I appreciate that.
Well, there's always something to do, and now Thor is doing that here. I mean, he's definitely not floating minerals. We do see Oneshot floating a little bit of minerals, but not for very much longer. It looks like he's about to go into build mode here, but he's taking this forward position, which I really like. Go ahead.
And I want to point out, this is something that Oneshot is very good at, the placement of his Marines, the placement of his tanks. He has them spread out enough so that even when he's being rushed by several Banelings, he minimizes the damage done to his army.
Yeah, I agree. Now, and the thing for Thor here that he's going to have to know, because he has played Oneshot before and does know what Oneshot is capable of in this position. Now, if you let Oneshot sit here for too long, Oneshot will start to build bunkers. And once he builds bunkers in the forward position, call it game, ladies and gentlemen, because it is extremely difficult to break.
That was a nice fungal by Thor. Took out his Marines. But of course, we see him still going. Everything's just going to be streaming right across the map.
Yep, lots of siege tanks. Siege tanks now going to be taking down this spine crawler here, it looks like.
And this is what I love watching about Terran, especially when they're using tank play. When you have siege mode and they just slowly work their way up into the base.
I know. Sometimes it seems unfair, but it is terribly fun to watch. And he's so good at it, too. That's what I really like. And he's so good at defending the tanks with his Marines.
It's almost disappointing that this is a best-of-1 match.
I know. It is kind of sad. I would like to see a little bit more from Thor today. But I'm definitely having to say at this point that Oneshot is way in the lead. And it's going to come down to either Oneshot making a critical error or Thor getting really, really, really lucky with some timings. Yeah, this expand about to go down.
Like I said, I'm kind of biased, but I don't believe the big mistake is a very good possibility at the moment.
Yeah, I have to agree. Oneshot is, and I know you don't like me using this word, but he's very methodical, and so very rarely do you see him deviate from a plan as well as make mistakes. He really, really has got execution down to a science, and that's fun to see.
Well, I don't mind you using that word. I just made sure you knew you used it a lot.
Well, I hope to watch Oneshot a lot, so that is why. And going to be moving these Marines up to this base up here. Going to be very, very difficult to defend up here. And so now we're going to be putting Thor back on 2 mining base. Not going to be a fun position for him. He is massing up an army in his main, looking to try and push out here. He is going to have to do it, but that is an unbelievable tank line to try and bust down.
I heard a Nidus Canal. He's going to try to do something sneaky.
Where'd it go? I can't see.
Trying to find it.
Is it in the center of the map? No. Oh, I see it.
It's right outside his base. He's going to try to come up the side. Not a horrible idea. I don't think it's going to work as well as he's planning, though.
Yep.
You've just got too many tanks, too many Marines spaced out beautifully for this to work. Oh, he's just going...
This was actually a pretty good play, though. I like it. If he can make this work, do some economic damage, he could potentially find himself back in this game.
Yeah, but at the very least, it's going to turn into a base race. And I don't think he has the power to...
Oneshot
here we
moving
go.
forward now. Yeah, this is going to be difficult.
That's what I was talking about. Beautiful. Nice
Yep.
placement by him.
Nice placement. Defending his flank extremely well. That attack did not go well for Thor. Oneshot still has a nearly maxed out army. The reinforcements are on their way. Yeah, this is brutal position for Thor. Here's his last stand, and he is not going to be able to do it. There's the GG from Thor. Boy, you say it best, brother. You tell these guys what you think, what you saw here.
Awesome play.
I mean, Oneshot. I've always been very, very impressed with his play style, and this is just another addition to that. So, I mean, congrats to Oneshot. Hope to see him going into the finals today. Would like to see a best of 5 with Oneshot today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Thor, boy, we sure love you too, and hope to see you next week, brother. Thanks again, and don't alt tab, ladies and gentlemen. Always alt StarCraft. We will see you guys then.